Hello and a very warm welcome to Östersund, Sweden. Known as the Winter City, Östersund is certainly known for hosting several cross-country and biathlon competitions, but our focus will be on another Olympic winter sport, namely curling. It's day 2 of the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship. We will enter Östersund Arena once again for our live coverage this Sunday afternoon. It is Canada to take on Austria in session 7. My name is Sander Ulvåg and I'm joined by Kimberly Tuck. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sander.
Now we see the teams just being introduced in the Östersund Arena as we take a look at Group E and how the teams stack up so far. Korea at the top with 2 wins, but Canada, Czech Republic and Germany closely follow with 1 win, only having played 1 game. Austria, Brazil, Ireland and Guyana still to pick up their first win. Kirk Myers will play for Canada alongside his teammate Laura Crocker, and this team is coached by Jeff Stoughton. For Team Austria, the male athlete Markus Schager will join forces with Anna Weguber. Team coach for Austria, Oli Kapp. Well, the teams have had their pre-game practice, but now we look at the rules of play.
We've got 2 players here, 1 male and 1 female. There is a pre-position stone per team per end, 5 stones in play per end. There's 8 ends with 22 minutes of thinking time for this type of discipline, which differs a little from the regular curling.
A very fast-paced game.
Yes, indeed. So there's 2 players throwing. The first player will throw stones 1 and 5, and the middle player throwing 2, 3, and 4. The players can switch positions after the completion of an end. No takeouts until the 4th stone is played, and each team will have the option of 1 power play.
Yeah, there's quite a few rules that differ from the men's and women's game, but we'll take you through it. We can start off by saying Canada will throw the red stones, Austria the yellow. It was the Canadians to win the draw shot challenge, which they have in their pre-game practice to determine the last stone advantage, which means Markus Schager will throw the first stone for Team Austria, throwing rocks 1 and 5. We see the pre-position stones up, a center guard, which belongs to Austria. Is 1 red stone back of the forefoot for Canada, as this one will just over curl and catch that guard for Markus.
Same weight as my draw?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's make this.
We'll see Laura Crocker throw stones 1 and 5 for Team Canada. Good chance to sit 2 buried already in the first end.
Yeah, Laura will be looking to try and get this stone into the top 4, top button position. She's not going to want to get it too close to the one in the back 4, giving Austria the option of getting 1 on top of it. So she'll want to get it in there in a good position.
Keep it going, Kurt. Keep it going.
You can see the huge swing on the ice here. That is so wide, and in the end, great finish to tuck nicely in behind those guards. A good first stone by Laura Crocker.
Yeah, I thought it was similar.
Okay.
Just thought it was pretty good. I just left it a little long.
That's fine.
There's lots of communication between the Canadian teams, so you'll hear lots of chatter between them.
There is Anna Weguber.
Yeah. Twist.
Again, you can see how wide the stone is coming down the sheet, but should catch quite a bit of curl. It all depends on the weight. Would be quite happy to freeze to that back red, but just a bit too wide this time.
Okay.
That sits in the open.
I don't mind just a straight draw right now.
Okay.
If you come off it, that's fine.
Today we're on sheet E. Yesterday's game we watched was on sheet A. So we'll get to see what the other opposite side of the arena is doing today.
A little bit of room right now.
Yeah, I think I'm really heavy.
Okay, we'll use this one.
Yeah, we'll need
Dirk
it.
Myers
Still has to curl.
I'm through.
for
It really
Team
needs to
Canada. Throw those middle 3 rocks.
Not close.
Yeah.
I guess if I'm
Seems a little heavy, so it's not catching that curl.
Sorry, Laura.
That's okay.
Opportunity here for Austria.
That's just the difference in how straight it is.
Yeah.
It's not going to try.
That was good line. Wait, if
I think the broom was okay.
Toleranz ist kurzer, oder?
Aha. Schau, du
Und sonst
bleibst die Linie
tickeln, oder?
dann.
Ich glaube, kürzer, eng, eng, eng. Ja, ja, ja. Nur länger. Wow, wow, wow. Achtung, gleich geht er. Jetzt geht, ne?
This one here, looking to try to get that in as close as they can to the inside of that one.
Okay.
Okay.
And just again taking a bit too much ice there.
Yeah.
We've seen quite a lot of
How much
players
weight do you
over
like,
curl a
Bill?
lot in the first few sessions
How
of
much
the
weight do you
championship.
Do you like
A
board?
lot of swing,
I
but
do, yep.
under curls twice here.
Clean. Yep, yep. Yep. Hard, Kirk, hard. Hard.
one's
Hard.
tight to the
Right
guard.
It, right to it. Keep on it, keep on it. Go, go,
Good
go, go,
sweeping.
go, 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 go. Good. Nice shot.
Thanks.
Good throw. I think it's
A little
just
bit further
not
roll than
free
they
to
wanted,
go
but
down
still works
here.
out.
You get no
Yeah.
curl.
And we took tight ice.
Ja.
That spot's gonna be more and more involved. Like as soon as you get inside the 8-foot, it's just you start it out here. It's just
Komm zu mir.
Still a chance for Austria to try and get in there. Just correct the line a little bit. Weight's been really good
Schneller, oder?
for Big
whoa,
Uber from
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Linz, Austria, third biggest city in
Wieder ein bisschen
Austria.
Zeit. Achtung.
Not the biggest pedigree in curling,
Yeah.
the Austrians,
Yeah.
but they've fared well in the mixed doubles competitions in the past.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
This one coming up a little bit light.
Yeah, ironically, line was a bit better this time.
You can get to nose. They can't do a whole lot with it. Can you get to nose even with back 8?
Yeah, it'd just be a draw.
Okay.
I think that's the shot, eh?
I don't know what else, unless you want to draw in here.
It's pretty good.
It's not a bad
You
option.
go with what you like. I'm not sure.
It's a little tight to get by that top yellow in the
Let's
top
play
8.
this.
I think
You want to
we
make
need
sure you get
otherwise
under.
They just use it.
We'll play it nice and tight. Throw back 8.
Yeah, how's that look?
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, Kirk Myers from St. Gregor, Saskatchewan.
Clean.
Long-time third for Steve
Clean.
Laycock, playing out of the
Yep.
province of Saskatchewan.
Yep.
Back 12.
Whoa.
Many
whoa.
of the
Back
Canadian
12.
Stay
championships,
close, yep.
also called
Yes,
the Briar,
go.
a lot of the big Grand Slams events.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
But will
whoa,
be
whoa, whoa,
skipping
whoa,
his
whoa.
own team next year,
Okay, yep.
alongside his brother and
Okay.
another
Really good.
Yeah.
couple of brothers,
Yep.
the
Really nice
Marsh
weight. It's just-
siblings.
Wir probieren nochmal so.
It actually just curls in there. I thought you threw it really well.
Just over curls here.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's try to do this.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Opportunity
Really good.
for Austria to try to get one in
Really
there.
nice weight.
Right
It's
there at the
just
top, that's
Wir
good.
probieren nochmal.
Kind of feel in mixed doubles sometimes one good shot is all you need.
Yep. Sometimes that's all you need.
which probably would have been back 8,
Full
fully
right.
back 8, yeah. They do have to throw a bit of weight to actually get
Vi ser
Länger,
längre.
oder?
Couple of rocks to come off of here
Ja, jetzt geht's sogar.
Whoa.
for Marcus.
Yeah. Ben.
Come off this redstone perhaps, try and redirect
Come.
into the button, looking pretty close here. Gets actually a little double touch, triple touch, and that settles nicely on the button for Austria.
I don't, not
They
sure.
left
I think
Laura
that's easier.
double.
And it's,
I think that's the shot, eh?
yeah,
Schön.
Gut entschieden.
pretty much right on the nose, right?
Das
Looks like they're going to play the running back.
If you're a little high, it's okay.
Hat lang ausgeschaut.
Here.
I think that should be perfect.
Okay.
Let's go, Laura.
So Laura's just looking to run this yellow into her red, into
Yeah,
their
that makes me
yellow,
perfect firm.
remove it, and
Right to the
sit
nose.
3.
I think
You
being
say
pretty new, it's going to come
just,
up a hair.
Kimberly.
I think it'll come up a hair, do you?
Yeah, I agree.
Doesn't
Totally
seem
agree, Laura.
that easy. Maybe for you.
Oh, well,
get her.
I've seen Laura make a few of these.
It's a little tougher though to, I feel, maybe in mixed doubles, one sweeper. Although you might only utilize one sweeper for this type of shot nowadays
true.
anyway.
That's true.
But the plan indeed is to run this center guard back, catch a piece of their own red. See that Austrian shot stone fly for a multiple score.
Close.
Last stone, first end.
Close.
Laura Crocker
Yes. Yes.
calling on Myers to hold the line here. Runs it back.
Get it.
Does indeed get contact, but not enough. And I think Austria might
One yellow.
have left to score.
Yeah, one yellow.
And indeed, it is one yellow, so very close to perfection.
Oh, no.
I never saw that before. I
That
threw
jam
He's coming.
I
was
thought I
not
could hit that
expected by
anywhere
Team
high.
Canada. And in the end,
I mean,
steal of 1
neither.
point.
Good throw.
1-0
no matter
for
where I hit it,
Austria,
then it was
playing
probably
Canada here
going
after
there.
one end.
Give Tom a high five.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's the turn?
Deep shot.
Team Austria just waiting for that 1 minute clock to run down
I didn't even see it.
between ends before they can throw their first stone of now the second end. A steal of 1 for Austria. Looked like they were in a bit of trouble, but a brilliant shot by this man here, Marcus Schagerl. Just got in, wiggled in there. Laura Crocker very close to making a run back, but 1 point for Austria. They start again. Looking a lot closer with this attempt. Crashed on the guard with the first stone in first end. This ends up in a useful spot, Kimberly.
Yep, it's accessible from the other side. Not quite shot, but usable.
Yeah, same line as my draw.
You betcha.
It's a hair wider, if anything.
I'd like to go, but we're pretty close.
Okay, line's good. Wait only, Kirk. Wait only. It needs to move.
What's that?
Wait only. Can't bounce on this line.
We're really close, Laura.
It's not curling.
Go around.
It's
Pretty close.
trying now. Needs to curl. Yep. 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 Hard, Kirk. Go. Go, go, go. A little more.
Good throw. Nice shot. It's a good spot, eh?
Yeah, it's like almost a piece buried,
Yeah.
and it's better
Really
for us
nice.
than them.
Really nice. I think we're shot too.
Yeah, we are.
Kirk couldn't go on that one for weight. Just had to wait for the line on that one.
Linie.
Okay.
Ist
Weit.
kurz, ist kurz.
Ja. Drüber.
Sehr kurz.
Drüber.
This one looks a little light. Got out a little wider.
I haven't played on this side too much yet, but coming this way in the intern would have been that drop pass they played in the pre-game practice to try with the hammer, but like I say, a little bit wider,
Well, we can't hit yet,
a fresher
Yeah, we
pebble.
can.
Doesn't make it over that hog line,
Yeah.
so that stone is
Sure,
taken
let's
away.
do it, I think.
Like board weight.
Yeah.
And that marks the point where you're not allowed to hit stones as well, doesn't it?
Does.
Not allowed to hit
Clean.
any stones or
Yeah.
remove any stones from play
Yeah.
until this point of the end, even if it's in the house. But now
Hard.
Kirk Myers with a chance to try and run
Whoa,
their own red
whoa.
onto yellow, but over curling, only catching their own in the back.
Well,
Sit
it's
down.
easier
Sit
to
down.
get rid of this one now, so could be
Sorry,
worse. I think you needed more ice, Kirk.
It's a little tight on you.
But still, it was heavy, and you
Yeah.
weren't close. I think
Okay.
you needed more ice.
Shoot.
So still figuring out the ice a little bit here in the second end. Different weights give you different line, especially on ice that curls this much. So they're just trying to figure out where to get the broom in the right spot for that type of weight.
Wieder kurz.
Ja. Voll durch. Ja.
Working hard on this one as well. Need to get it into good spot. Going to come up light, hoping to chip off a little bit maybe and set up a guard.
Same?
Yeah, I don't know if you'll. Yeah, you can sink your shooter if you just throw board. That's a little more. Do you like that?
Yeah, I think that's
Closer
good.
to half a rock now. Clean. Clean, yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know.
I think my first one I threw bad.
Yeah, but that was less weight
Shoot.
and thrown well. It's not.
Shoot.
Maybe just another one down in that path, I guess. You did sweep it the whole way.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, eh?
Slight
Yeah, I'm gonna guess
overcorrection,
my
perhaps.
first one I just
Maybe.
Many,
And it was probably.
many variables.
Yeah, Laura did say he threw less weight, she thought. So if that was the case, then you would have expected that to come up a little bit more. So still just figuring out the
Ja,
ice.
zirk. Fester wird gut.
A couple of misses back to back from the teams here. Austria gets a second chance to come around.
Fest. Second.
Holy Cap, coach for Austria. We've seen him many times at the big championships. He used to play for Germany with brother Andy Cap.
Same weight, Kirk.
Yep.
He's taken on a few Austrian teams, really helping them out in their progress.
Clean.
And a third time now for Kirk Myers to perfect this all angled run.
Whoa.
Over curl the first one, under curl the second.
Whoa.
3 times a charm, indeed,
Great shot, Kirk.
for Kirk.
Don't give me the same shot 3 times, I guess.
And
Sorry.
Jeff Stoughton can
Ganz aber dahinter.
afford a tiny smile as well.
Yes, I believe that he has a great interest in helping these guys figure out the ice, and you know he has the experience, world champion in his own right.
Yeah, 2-time world champion, even spanning, what, 15 years? 96 and 2011.
Yeah, he won his last Brier, I think, in London, actually, my hometown. So I was there to watch him do that.
Achtung. Whoa. Whoa.
Penultimate stone coming up here, last one for Austria. Trying to come around everything.
Fest.
Need to get this one in a good spot, or they're going to leave a chance for Canada for a multiple score.
Okay, Laura, so
We've seen a few shots under curl on this side of the
you
sheet,
like that same
on
weight
the other
I
way
threw
as
or a little
well.
less?
I like a little less than
I
that.
agree.
I'd like to see it from this.
Yeah. Where do we need?
Do you like board?
Yeah.
I like.
Is that right?
Liegt zumindest.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you can hold it.
Totally agree. Let's go make it.
Real good chance for Canada to score their 2 here.
Looking for a quiet weight board shot here. Remove the yellow rock from the forefoot and keep their shooter for 3.
Okay, Laura.
Or for 2,
Board
sorry.
weight right on the nose.
Yeah.
A little high.
The yellow one's out counting.
Got a bit of room to roll, so.
Back red one.
You got mine.
Can I throw what I think is board now? We've thrown 3 in this
spot is
path.
going to be nice. Yeah.
Okay.
You betcha.
An easier shot required this time from Laura Crocker for multiple end, but we saw Kirk Myers having a few troubles down this very line.
Oh, easy.
Hair
Whoa.
less than I had.
Should have gathered some information though, having
Close to
thrown
the half.
Ah!
this shot 3 times in this end. This one is needing to move. Does get to the yellow, but
Go, Laura.
it's going to roll a bit too far. Only 1 point for Canada.
One red. Yeah.
A little bit of a missed opportunity
Go,
there.
Laura.
Thanks, I
Especially
liked
since
it out of
they've
my
seen
hand.
that side a
Yeah,
few
I can't believe
times.
that didn't curl up because
It does tie up the game though. 1 each now after
wasn't
2
hard
ends of
either.
play
Like, when you're like,
here in
oh,
Östersund
no,
Arena.
I think it's perfect.
I think we've
my
just.
first one was just a little loose path crunched over, and the other one's kind of
Well,
ran
and we've
straight.
thrown, that was like the 4th rock down
Yeah.
that pass, so it could be getting a little straighter too.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried out of my hand, to be honest.
fuck.
Just halfway down the sheet, I was like, oh, it's not
So I
moving.
think just mainly there, once we work in the path, it gets a little straighter.
Yeah, we'll just keep an
Fresh
eye on
pass
that.
is gonna
And we'll
get a
just
little
watch
extra
out if
curl.
it's the first one down. Same thing with my firm, with my red back.
I just didn't want to overcook it because I knew we wanted to beer.
Canada plays Austria in the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2018 here in Östersund, Sweden. It is a tied game so far. Has it been a close game, or do you feel like Canada's just squandered a few chances maybe?
Yeah, I think a couple opportunities missed here by Canada. I mean, Austria made a great one in the first
Okay, no, you don't
to
need to,
force Laura to that run back.
Good, Laura.
Stay close, though.
But the option for multiple score on that end, and then the same in
Yep,
the
yep, hold the
following
nose, yep,
end here with
yep, yep,
you know, a little bit
yep,
wide on her
yep.
hit there and rolling out and only getting their 1.
Right to it, right to it, right to it. Keep the nose. Go, 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 go.
Nice shot. Beauty.
Let's sweep that.
So they'll be okay with that. They'll be happy with that as far as
I think that makes a
removing
big
that one
difference.
off the forefoot.
That was just where I threw it. I
Yeah.
was tight. It was a bit tight out of my
Okay.
hand.
I think sweeping makes a big difference.
Yeah, good sweep.
Schaut mir jetzt lange aus auf den ersten Blick, oder?
Austria taking the other turn here.
This Austrian duo did play the World Mixed Doubles back in 2015.
Fest, 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 fest.
It was hosted in Sochi, Russia.
Guys,
Finished with a 2-7 record.
Nice weight control there.
It's the first time for Myers and Laura Crocker, but 2 very solid players in their own right, in the men's and women's.
Yeah, and the field in Canada is getting harder and harder to play, so they've
I'd
come
like to let it
through
curl a bit.
tough field at the Canadians. So
Let it
while
catch the
this
curl
is
if you
their
can.
second event together,
It
third
looks
event
okay.
together actually, they played in a
A little heavy.
mixed
Needs to
doubles
curl.
cash spiel in Brantford, Ontario.
Needs to curl.
They have are battle tested already, let's
Just
say.
do it here.
Go ahead, go ahead, go
It
ahead.
is a bit different to play mixed doubles, though. We saw maybe that last night. The
Nice
Team
work.
Japan of Satsuki Fujisawa and Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi, maybe favorites coming in to play New Zealand, but they lost that game. Maybe just the lack of mixed doubles experience showing.
Yep, yep. There's it comes down to making shots, but there is some strategy involved in the power play and
Yeah,
where to
eng,
put your
eng,
rocks,
eng,
things
eng.
like that. That you know they'll be learning
Whoa,
as they go.
Whoa. Nur länger.
Kom, løb.
Asking for help here. Mark is trying to drag the stone as far as possible. Just a slight redirect off of the guard.
Okay.
Does kind of protect the shot stone.
If you touch it a bit.
weight.
Okay.
Canada looking to rearrange these angles a little bit in their favor.
Stay with it for line.
Well, every year at the
I'm not gonna
Briar
put it here.
Canadian
Back
Championship,
four.
they
Whoa,
do
whoa.
host a
Back
hot
four.
shots competition
Whoa. Get in there.
where you just play a
Stop curling.
wide variety of different shots and get points for it.
Little heavy.
Kirk Myers won that a few seasons back.
Yep.
Jesus.
So you think he has
Nice weight.
some good touch and
I thought you were too, and I gave you less ice.
Yeah.
You needed even
throw
less,
anything.
I guess.
I guess that's that difference, eh?
Yeah.
It's not whatever.
It's out of your hand. I wanted you to stay close because the way
Yeah.
you threw it.
I
Just
agree.
never tried.
It's a totally different path, I guess. That path. I thought it was really good.
Glaub hinter T, aber bremst.
Oh,
Ist
This one's
9.
looking a little heavy. It's not taking the
Geht
curl.
durch. Hintere Zirken ganz.
ja, macht er.
Seems a bit extra sensitive this morning on your weight. A little heavy and you're not getting that finish.
Same shot. I'll give you like here.
Looking a little confused maybe.
Ja, du musst aufpassen bei den Tassetten.
Ja,
Die ist
die ist so langsam.
you feel you get less time to think in mixed doubles, just thinking about your throws sitting in the hack.
Clean.
Does it feel a bit rushed?
Clean.
Good weight.
It can,
Back,
but
back
I
eight.
think
Yep.
the problem
Whoa,
becomes
whoa,
with only having two
whoa.
players
I'd like
on
to
the
go, Laura,
team
but- Go
out
ahead.
doing
Whoa, whoa.
all the jobs,
No, I'm good.
watching the
Oh, it has to
line,
curl.
trying to
I'm
figure
good.
out the different paths
Really
for
has
draw
to
weight.
curl, so get
Makes
in
it a
there.
little bit more difficult to be 100% sure on what the weight might be in that spot.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. Got room for shot now.
So
Just
in
a
the
hair-
hack, your
I think that
mind's
was the line.
going,
That was just a
you know,
hair
how much extra do I need to add? Is it quicker here? Is it slower here? Make sure I get out to the broom. If I don't,
Aber
it's going to
nur
overcurl.
controlled.
So there's a lot more
spürt man
thinking
so schneller.
Okay.
that
So
you have
ist
to
das
do on your
sicher
own in mixed doubles.
Yeah, because now all the tasks of a game is divided by 2 instead of 4.
Yeah, that's correct. And you've got essentially 2 people trying to figure out where to
Yeah,
put the
yeah,
broom.
Whoa,
Where
whoa.
in a 4-person
Yeah,
game, you've
yeah,
got one person
yeah.
that's dedicated as the skip and
Whoa,
calling
whoa.
all the line and
Whoa.
watching where to put the broom.
Big weight from Anna Wegeber. Makes a nice double. Doesn't completely kill that red on the wing, but
Biggest needle I had.
it's good enough.
Yep. Back 4.
Back four weight.
Here.
A high five, well deserved.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's like a 14 for back 4.
Yeah, if you throw 14, you're good. Well,
Actually,
similar,
same as my first.
very similar, yeah.
Thank you.
So here,
Mine
Kirk
will
and
move a little more than yours at the
Laura
end, so stay
discussing the
close.
time as they're coming down the ice, trying to figure out the path that they're playing and how quick the ice is in comparison to the last time they were down this spot.
Pretty much the same line too, hey?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You got her. Good. Back 12.
Okay, well then.
Back 8.
Whoa. Whoa,
Back
Kirk,
8.
whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Getting another stone under curling
Out.
a bit here. Maybe a couple of feet too much weight.
Let's try, Laura.
Austria seems to be
shot in
sitting
there?
2 and a draw for 3 available.
Wenn er länger ist, dann nehmen wir ihn innen. I was just a couple feet heavy and it kept the line out there.
Here,
It's trying at the end.
Big Uber saying if you're a little heavy, you
But
can
even
come
frozen
off of the
into where
red
my
stone
shoe
as
is.
well.
Always good to know all the options.
Last stone, third end. Austria with a great chance to put 3 points up on the board.
Sehr länger.
Whoa!
Muss drauf.
This one looks a little heavy, so it'll need to catch
Der
the
schiebt
curl
ihn
early
ein.
to get over there.
Vorbeiwischen, vorbeiwischen, Vorbeiwischen!
Trying to make it curl now.
Looking to try and sweep this past. They don't wanting to promote that red stone sideways. Just gets past.
Plan B.
And they'll be happy enough to get their 2.
2 yellow.
Very close to giving up 1. If they move that rock at all into the 4-foot, I think that Canada would end up shot.
An alert line call by Anna Veguber. And they have a bit of a chuckle, but they are up 3-1 after 3 ends.
Oder? Ich habe die Takeout-Quote wieder da.
A slightly missed opportunity by Austria. Had a chance to score 3, but maybe that last comment by Anna Veguber saying you can always chip off of this red. Maybe throwing a little extra weight, having that in the back of his head there, Marcus.
It's one of those things that, as a thrower, you need to be aware of the options as your rock's coming down the ice, but maybe saying, you know, you can come off this one, he just gave it that little bit extra, whereas, you know, he should have focused on maybe just the straight draw and let the line calling up to Anna if it looked a little bit wide.
Eng aus, gell? Aber längs sollte passen. Na, kurz.
Lucky to get their 2 though.
Ja.
Could have been much worse. Changed the momentum a little bit, so.
Ja, nimm das mal ganz. Ja. Okay.
Nice weight this time, just a bit of an over curl.
Top button.
Top button.
Yeah.
Not allowed to make any takeouts yet.
How much less than what I just threw?
7 feet.
Okay.
Nice positive release by Laura.
I like it, Laura.
Okay, I added a little more than I normally would. It's not curling yet. Still not really moving. No, I don't think you need to. Have a look.
Curl, baby. Curl. Nice shot, Laura.
Left some room for Austria to get one on top, but a good shot.
Leg dich ja drauf.
Ja. Eng. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nein.
This one heavy.
Sorry.
Struggling a little bit with weight in that spot there.
Gute Länge. Jetzt nicht flippen.
Na, jetzt.
Also ich.
Lines of hair tight. Go a bit, Kirk, if you can. Get it out there.
Just line.
Get it out there.
Just line.
Okay, line's good. Stay close, so yep. Whoa. Wait only.
We're good, Laura.
Whoa. Sorry, Kurt.
Curl, baby. Curl, baby. Come on, finish.
My fault.
Finish.
It's okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah, 13-9. My fault. I should have left it.
That was a little heavy. I was tight.
Yeah, I think the line, like, I guess if you had the right weight,
Yeah,
that's probably back 4.
I probably was this far inside the 8 foot. So
Do you like then in the 8 foot for the cold draw, or do you think?
maybe.
Okay, because you can hold it.
Der ist jetzt eng. Ja,
Lang
Linie.
ist er, lang
Wow,
ist er.
wow. Ah! Nein.
This one looking heavy again. I think hoping to get on top of that red and move the angles a little bit, but this one's going to go by, same thing.
Over vom Gas. Lass mich wischen.
Almost heavier this time.
Yeah, they should have a little, maybe a little get-together, try to discuss that, see if they can figure it out.
Jetzt legen wir dann dort noch eine und dann ist das auch das.
Ja. Liegen die dreimal jetzt schon.
Ja.
Well, it's been a happy accident for Canada coming deep on their previous 2 draws because they're having the chance to really fill up the forfeit.
Yeah, they get another one in here. It's going to be really hard for Austria to score. Oh. This path must be lightning fast now.
Yeah,
so many rocks down here.
Exactly.
Oh, this one's heavy too.
That's a fast path.
If you never stick it around, would be okay.
It's a 13-6 damn near through. That's just really quick now.
Nice and positive throw. Jeez.
Got the next one, Kurt.
Yeah.
So Austria is going to be looking to try and get a rock in here in position to limit
Kann ja nicht so schwierig sein.
Ich spüre
Canada's
das schon.
scoring.
Ja.
See if we can get a time on this one.
Da ist es jetzt. Ja, Linie, fix. Wow. Whoa! Whoa!
So the break point here will depend on the weight.
Nein!
This one's trying. 13-4 is probably a little heavy. We heard Laura say that Kirk's last one was 14. Slipping in the back here again.
Well, closer, if anything, just not close enough for
So I think
Big Uber.
closer to 15. How's this?
Yeah,
So we'll see if Kirk can make the adjustment here after the information gathered.
Yeah.
See if we can get a time on this one as well.
Closer to 15 seconds, Laura Crocker said. We'll see if Myers can make the right correction.
Maybe a hair tight if
I think they'd like to have one where they can sweep it a little bit, let it make that move.
Have a look, Kirk. Has to curl.
Wait, real nice.
Needs to move. Have a look. I think you're fine. Stay with it.
See Kirk now moving to the side that if he needs to sweep, he's going to be able to help it finish.
Go ahead now.
15 on the dot. Just maybe waiting for a line a bit too long. We kind of had to. And that is much better there.
Yeah, that's a 15-3.
Taking away that out-turn path for Austria.
And if you
See
really
Anna now motioning to
hang it wide open. That was still too much ice. That was a great throw. And it looks like it's going to go in and out.
going to need another good one here from Marcus.
Get the clock on here as well. See if there's any differences. Obviously, that out-turn path seeming so quick. Might be a 10 slower coming this way.
And I think we've seen Austria come up a little short on this side. So we'll see. There's probably a bit of a difference. Hasn't been played as much.
So 12-8, that is a huge difference. And this one is actually trying. A couple of feet heavy, but it does get in there. Not a bad shot there by Marcus Jagger.
No, I feel like looking at that beforehand, they'll be pretty happy with where that one finished.
That's a good guess.
I don't want to play weight
Yeah.
because I think weight could be a
Absolutely. It's a 2-second difference from one side to the other. So
Yeah, like do I need to? I can never get third, right?
I don't believe so.
Sorry.
Just try to get into there.
Okay.
What do you think for line?
Well, it's like half a rock, so I don't mind throwing like back line.
Yeah.
Or back eights
Yeah.
even.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is perfect. Thinner is pretty, like, you can get it pretty thin.
Yeah. Here?
I think so.
Back eight?
Yep. Let's commit to that. Let's go make it, Laura.
So back 8 weight call. Try to direct that red stone past their red and onto the yellow, hoping to be able to wiggle enough room in
So
there
back eight
to
is
maybe
like
be
a
able to
low
score
14?
2.
Yeah.
14 and
Yeah.
a quarter?
Like 14,
I'm
14
looking for
and a
about
quarter.
half a rock. Pretty
Yeah.
much what I can see. Hey?
Yeah. You
Okay.
could get away with about a third, I think, to be
Okay.
honest. Let's go, Laura. Let's make her.
Pretty similar path to that of 2 ends ago for Laura Crocker. Just throwing a bit less weight.
Okay, yep.
Doesn't want to throw too much because doesn't want to disturb too much the rocks that are already in the button area.
Yep.
Yeah, you over curl. Nose here, you might give up a steal even. Definitely curling. Trying to hold the line here. Kirk Myers does indeed over curl. Does spill their own shot stone, but not far enough. So
One red.
Just found the spot that curled, I guess.
Good throw.
will be one for Canada.
There maybe.
Still trailing Austria. Now it's a 2-shot to 3 game.
Wasn't light.
No. It was perfect.
And that is 4 ends of play. Half time. Teams will have a break.
Yeah, they'll have a little discussion with their coaches, try and see if they can get some input from what they see from behind the bench. Help them out in the last 4 ends.
Banane har vi da også.
Canada, Austria highlights first end. It is Laura Crocker with one old toughie of a shot here, trying to run this yellow guard back. Does get contact, but jams on the side of the forfeit. Austria ends up stealing one, very close to perfection. But a point for Team Austria. A point for Canada in the second end. Tied game takes us to the third end. And it's a draw for 3 for Marcus Schagerl. But well wide and heavy. Actually sweeping this pass not to promote the redstone. Will end up scoring 2. 3-1 game after 3 ends. Taking us to the fourth end. Canada sitting 1, hoping to angle raise their own redstone here for a potential score of 2, but over curling. Does move up their own shot stone, but not too far. Still scores the 1. Austria leads at 3-2 at halfway. We'll be looking at some of the stats as well. In around that 50 mark. That's what we saw yesterday as well.
See, the draw percentage is pretty low, so that'll be one thing they'll want to work on. Trying to figure out the ice a little bit. Seems a bit tricky today, so they'll work hard on that.
I wouldn't say our scorers are being too nice. this week. They're probably being quite on point, not giving anything away. You don't get 100% unless you make the shot.
Generally, mixed doubles stats tend to be a little bit lower than what you see in the 4-person. Again, goes back to having one sweeper, a little bit more difficult shots. And usually the first and last thrower is scored a 0 or a 4 on their last rock.
You are almost good to go.
Okay.
All right. Top
Still
button.
early in the week as well. Teams just trying to figure out the ice.
Have a good.
Ice looking very good, but even if you go from one sheet of good ice to another, there's still that correction having to be made.
Do find in mixed doubles you do tend to play a lot to the middle, so you do find some paths that do get quite quick, having thrown a few rocks in a row down that path. So that's, you'll see the difference in that one spot compared to the other side where we saw Marcus throw a 12-8 and it ended up being T-line.
Whoa. Sit.
Good shot, Laura. Beauty. Well done.
Good judge.
Nice and quick.
Linda?
Yeah, that slid fine. I was waiting for it to come down.
I agree.
Lots of communication between the Canadians.
Lang, das war 8. Aber schaut nicht so aus, gell? Freeze auf den schönen Wasser. Schöner Länge.
Good weight there by Marcus.
So.
Line's good. Stay with it. Yep. 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 Hard. You got it, Kirk. Hard. Really got to go hard, 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 hard.
So it's tight to the guard. A little bit late.
Okay. It's all good.
Shoot.
Might have moved the guard enough to access that
15-8.
yellow, but
Do you think that
Austria is going to try and
you'd want a bit more ice?
No.
Okay.
I
get
thought it
another
was
one in there.
Flight.
Yeah.
Flight and
Just
smart.
got into the curly path a little early.
Just got to get on my own head.
I'm good.
I like the honesty, though, from Canadians, especially Kirk Myers. He has owned up to his throws quite a few times in the game. Laura Crocker kind of trying to be nice almost.
yeah, the communication between the two of them is really good. It's open, it's honest.
Show us the way to.
That's the only real way to help both players read the ice, and is, you know, being honest with how you threw it, especially when there's nobody holding the broom to be able to give you that feedback.
Yes, I like the approach from Laura as well. Instead of saying you were tight or you're heavy, she's more asking a question like, would you like more ice? Or
Yeah, so because these guys don't play together often, obviously. Laura's partner, Jeff Walker, was unable to play as he was representing Canada at the Worlds for the Canadian mixed doubles. So they don't know how each other throws very well. So it's nice to have Kirk be able to input on where he thinks he needs the broom, as opposed to
think,
Laura
Kirk?
just telling him, you know, where to
Here?
put it.
Even more.
No, that's good.
I think you're probably going to have to throw a little extra to get there, so it should run a little straight for the
Yep.
first bit.
you think sometimes two players that maybe don't know each other too well, or just a couple of friends that they're a little cautious in their communication, while you might have married couples and siblings, they'll be quite direct just because they're used to it.
Yeah, I think they're, you know, when you're not married to the other person, or maybe not related to the other person, I think that you are a little bit more open, maybe a little bit more critical. So I think maybe sometimes the partnerships where they're not related or married work really well, because you're always trying to be aware of what you say, because what you say can really impact the other person on the ice.
Wenig Hände.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
8.
Whoa, gar nichts, gar nichts.
Hinter tief, fix.
Not a lot of handle on this one. That was the first thing Vegubar told Marcus. You can see this one, even with that tiny amount of handle, it does not curl enough. Just too heavy again. Having a second look at the release here, Kimberly.
Yeah,
She puts a nice slow turn on it, and we know with ice that finishes like this, if there's not a lot of rotation on the handle, then what happens is as the stone goes down the ice, it'll start to pick up the curl, but will stop turning, and which will actually force the stone to finish more. We didn't see that with her rock, obviously, because she was heavy, so it didn't have a chance to pick up the line. But if she had had good weight, I anticipate they would have been going for sweeping to try and hold the line on it.
See a lot more positive rotation on this throw from Kirk Moyers. Does come closer to that guard, looking to promote their own red here. Get some action on the yellow. Not quite, but
your weight, I think, was good.
keeps it pretty nice here in the forefoot.
Thinner, but that was tough.
Definitely hard for Austria to get in for a second point.
Yeah, got the shooter out of there.
Gib da ein bisschen weniger Eis.
Yeah.
So one of the things that's interesting about the Austrian team, Xander, is that we've got the female athlete throwing the middle three stones. Most of the time, I think you see the male athlete throwing the middle threes. So,
any particular reason for that?
Probably they're just looking at somebody who, has a better hitting sense. Usually tends to be the one that you want throwing those middle three, because a lot of the times they're having to do some kind of run back big weight shot. So Marcus maybe has a little bit better touch than Anna, and Anna's a lot stronger at the hitting, so maybe this is the reasoning. Just looks a little concerned about this one as well.
Lang, glaube ich.
I'm calling it heavy, but rotation is a lot better this time.
Nein! Sicher?
Plan B here, maybe.
I think I touched that one a little bit with the...
Austria still shot.
No.
Throw up there.
Just throw back line.
Yep. Yeah.
Play the
same as
guard
I
tight.
threw.
Yeah.
So wait. Did you get
Canada
my
will be
last one?
content to
12.75.
Okay.
force them to win here, so trying to make it hard for Austria to get another one in there.
Game in between those two, or?
Middle of the red? Is that too
Yeah.
much?
No, I was saying, yeah, exactly. Middle of the red's perfect.
Okay.
If you want, like,
Jetzt geben wir einmal schauen. Jetzt noch den Arm mitnehmen.
well, no, even just coming in there and just tapping it. Is that easier?
Schau mal, was sie spürt.
Making
Jetzt.
this with just tap weight, like key line weight.
I don't think that's easier because
I agree, and we haven't seen it.
Yeah, and I think this takes the line out of it. Like I just have to kind of touch
Yep,
it.
totally agree. Okay, so back line,
Middle of the red.
Right, so I was
Is that too
wrong.
much?
They're playing a
really
back
don't
line
think so.
shot here.
I think that's
Try and tap that
13.
red enough to be shot.
Yeah, that red stone is, if anything, overburied, but
closer to the half.
Whoa,
there is enough swing here.
whoa.
Still
Yeah.
need to come pretty close to the guard.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, whoa, whoa!
If you touch it enough, hack weight here, you might actually be able to sit two,
Whoa! Get out of there.
and they will. Very nice shot by
Good
Laura
shot by
Crocker.
Laura.
Beauty.
Sorry.
Nice shot.
Dort rechts
Thanks.
wahrscheinlich
That was
relativ
quite
schnell.
an aggressive one.
Normal spielst, oder?
It's sweet.
Sucks. We couldn't
I
really
knew,
shoot out of there,
I
but
knew it was heavy out of my hand, so.
Nice shot.
Well, and then I had a hard time seeing the guard, like just where you were, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden I realized how close we were.
On those, it's like a balance for me between like.
So
shooting
Austria,
really
I think,
hard,
is
making
going
sure
to
I'm
try
kind of doing
and
what I do.
And then I
limit
knew
the
it was
score
hard.
here. I'm not
If I
sure they
make
can get
contact
shot
with
off
them,
this
too, by the
outside one.
guard.
You couldn't have done anything with your shooter. With
No, it was going right into that no matter
This is no
what.
picnic.
One on the button's a little bit higher. They may catch the back end, but just trying to get another one in there, I think. Big weight shot here for Marcus.
Yeah, last stone, 15.
Yeah. Whoa, yeah.
Some
whoa.
in-off action required.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Try and
whoa.
kick off this Side red into the button and close to pushing that red stone far enough sideways, but not quite enough. Does sit for second shot, does cut Canada down to 1.
It's a good throw by Marcus, good attempt there.
And 1 point on the board means it's a tied game now after 5 ends, 3 points each. It's a close one.
Eigentlich würde ich es nicht nehmen.
Na, dann warten wir noch.
Oder? Und es würde wirklich doch gern tauschen.
Okay.
That's not a shoot for me.
And me.
Yeah.
Geil.
1, 6. und im 8. in Hämmer. Das passt eigentlich gut.
Welcome back in action here. Live coverage from the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship in Östersund, Sweden. You're listening to myself, Sander Elvåg, and Kimberly Tuck to take you through the play-by-play. Tied game, everything we've been hoping for so
nice
far.
shot by Laura Crocker on her last one to get her 2 rocks in position there, and good attempt by Marcus to make that double and try to score.
Quick. This spot's quick. Room.
Some good shots being made today.
Line's good. If you're to it, go ahead. If you're to it, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, well.
Nice. Good job, Laura.
Good position there in front of the tee line. Shot stone. Nice line.
Good leap.
I haven't seen the first stones in this game be perfect so far. It's probably the best attempt we've seen.
Yeah, I think that one's the closest we've seen online and in front of the tee line.
You're not sehr lang eingeschätzt.
Huh? Bless
See how we make this is that quick spot that we played down here in the 4th end.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
If you touch this one, that's okay.
Yeah.
Slightly heavy there. I was hoping to sit on the corner of the red. It's now kind of left a pocket for Kirk Myers to freeze onto.
Line's good. Line's good. Yep. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait only. Wait only. Wait only. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Back 4.
Yep.
Back 4.
Yep. Yes.
You hear Crocker say if you rub off the yellow a little bit, it's not too bad. And that's exactly what he'll do here.
Shot, Kirk. Really nice. 14-2.
Kirk and Laura will be depending a lot on their arena ice experience with having played in the Briars and the Grand Slams of curling. So they'll be able to, you know, that's one of the things I think some of the teams that don't get a chance to play in arena ice as much struggle a little bit with that line calling. They tend to wait a little too long for the sweep. So you heard Laura managing that down the ice quite well.
Aber ganz auf.
Yeah, rocks are a little sharper, a little more curl, probably in most home clubs.
Wegen dem.
Also just the feel of it can be a little bit different.
Yeah, arena ice does feel a little different.
A little colder, a little crisper.
Yeah. Yeah. Passt.
So looks like Marcus and Anna have switched up here. Got Marcus now throwing the middle stones.
Oh, good observation.
So what do you think for a guard here? Do you think it's going to curl a little less?
I think
Mostly
you give
because he
that
threw
same
a hit
ice
down
roll
the
That I
ice
just
and I
gave
was
you?
like,
Okay.
wait.
That's where I had you.
Yeah,
They
I
switched.
like-
Totally,
a pinch more.
totally missed that one.
Okay.
You don't see teams switch that often anymore.
No.
It was quite normal at the start of the mixed doubles. Its first Worlds being held in 2008. Saw that quite
Line's good.
lot of maybe the first 5-6 years, but now it
Line's
seems
good.
like
Little bit for
to
line.
more specialize and keep
Little
to
bit for line.
their own position.
Yeah,
Line's
we
good,
don't see a lot of
line's good.
switching. I
Halfway.
know
Stay with
personally,
it.
Halfway.
I think it's okay.
we'll switch a
Yeah,
little
finish
bit
it,
depending on
finish
how
it.
the momentum of
Hold
the
in.
game's going.
Say what? Yep, yep.
When struggling
Yep.
with draw
Yep.
weight, it's kind of nice to get those 3 rocks
Yep,
in a row
yep,
to
yep,
be
yep,
able to
cross
throw.
it. Go, 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 go.
So maybe
Nice spot.
Anna's feeling a little bit
They can't really do anything.
draw weight's a bit of an
Straight, so that
issue,
ice
so
was
she's
good.
Yeah, they don't really
allowing
have anything on this
Marcus
side
here to
anyway.
throw the 3. And her thrower
Good
first
spot.
and last positions here. So we'll see how this works out, see if it changes the momentum of the game a little bit.
So you're saying you'd only use it as a desperate measure?
Yeah. It's usually not a good thing if you see us switching.
Oh,
Ja, wir können es nochmal probieren, dass wir einen mitnehmen oder
Ja. Gerade.
wir können auch von der Seite probieren.
Ja.
Entweder geht knapp vorbei oder macht ihn weg.
Weil du meinst, dass wir den Nasen treffen oder was?
Na,
dass das
da
eine
so.
Option ist oder sonst den so.
So.
Und wie schnell?
Ja, normal.
Schon.
Und wenn die Guard geht, ist
Und
es auch.
wenn, nehmen wir das als Plan A?
Können wir machen, ja. Ich kann auch vorne Mitte auf die Guard auch gehen.
Ja.
Schnell, nochmal.
Probieren wir das.
Ja,
So lots of discussion on this so that both players are on the same page about where they want to hit this stone to run it back into the house to get the best result.
there is enough, probably see enough of that red stone top 4 to maybe come down and tap them around a little bit. We talked about playing the run back, and I think that is the call in the end.
Okay, passt da.
Very close, just not quite, but does peel the guard off.
Ja. Okay.
Canada quite happy to keep guarding.
Line's good.
Yeah, Kirk's going to want to try and get this back up
Stay, yeah, a little
in a
bit
good
if you
position.
can. Yep.
Little
Line's
higher.
good. Line's good. Line's good.
Just a hair higher. Halfway.
Okay, you're gonna have to finish it then if it's higher.
Halfway, Laura.
Yep, yep, yep. Gotta
Halfway
go.
to tight. We're tight.
Yep, still, yep.
It's
Finish
tight,
it,
Laura.
finish it, finish it. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, 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 yep. Good, 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 good. Nice spot, Kirk.
Happy with where that one
Nice
stopped.
spot. Way to trust that.
Geht aber
ich
noch
kann
so.
nicht.
Außer, das würde ich noch nicht machen, oder? Dass wir uns dann nehmen.
Ja, ich kann es noch einmal probieren, aber da musst du halt du
Eine legen.
legen. Aber ich meine, legen ist nicht so schwierig eigentlich, weil wenn man da ein
Ja,
bisschen
nehmen wir
länger
das.
ist, liegt er da noch.
Ja, passt.
Na, meinst du ich jetzt?
Ha?
Ich gehe noch mehr auf Guard jetzt.
Schon.
Ja,
Na, oder?
sicher.
Magst du Timeout?
Austria going to call a timeout here. And we'll get Willie Cap down to the ice to give some advice on what they should be playing here.
Yeah, looked at peeling the guard again, running it back, or even making a play
Ich meine, je nachdem,
into the button off of those yellows, maybe.
wenn es stehen, bleibt immer ein roter hängen, oder?
Ja, man
Wenn
kann
die
hängen
jetzt schön
bleiben.
The
eine...
problem with the ones off the yellows is that even if they make it, Canada's still going to have access to that top red stone. Curls so much, they might still be able to make a play on it. Would limit their
Can this do some
scoring as long
takeout?
as they don't
Dann
remove
muss
that
ich
yellow
gespielt
too
haben.
far.
Das war schon mit relativ knapp dran, aber
See what
Weil,
Uli has to say.
wie müsstest du den treffen?
der bleibt wahrscheinlich da
Genau.
irgendwo hängen.
Das
Aber
macht
okay,
man
dann
auch.
liegen
Ja.
Okay, ihr zwei.
Es gibt verschiedene Optionen. Entweder wir machen nochmal auf, dann legen sie die Guard, oder wir schauen, dass wir über den Race da dahergehen, oder wir legen uns da eine mit Option, dass wir so hängen bleiben.
Also ich würde auch sagen, also entweder du gehst jetzt rein, wenn du vorne gehst, musst du einfach schauen, dass du eigentlich den
Da.
ersten
Ja.
möglichst voll triffst, dass der
Voll.
Einser geht, weil sonst geht da alles in die Pocket rein hier.
Ja.
Wenn
Also
du den ein
eher
bisschen
da.
außen hast, also eher so, einer bleibt dir liegen. Du musst schauen, dass du die Mitte ein bisschen aufkriegst, dass du irgendwo einen
Ja.
anderen Winkel hast. ist halt das Risiko. Die liegen halt schlecht. Wenn du jetzt reingehst, liegst du halt tief. Das ist die Frage. Mit dem Tap kommst du nicht hin, oder? Von der Seite so. Dass du so auf dem Fünfer liegst, den Einser ein bisschen schiebst, das wäre auch noch eine Option.
Ja, finde eher den leichter.
Ja, sagst du, gehst so her, 5 und 1 drückst du leicht.
Sollen wir den probieren, Max?
Hast 2 Optionen, also wenn von der auf den Fünfer anspielen.
Ja, wenn er
genau.
da angeht. Ja, dann gehen wir da.
Genau, liegt auch nicht
Wenn er
schlecht.
zu viel kommt, schauen wir, dass er da.
Und da. Okay. Passt. Gut. Ja, 7, 8, 7. 7, 8.
Are they almost like around the horn? Like she has the...
Are they playing that? Yeah. That's
Oh,
good.
never mind. She had the broom over
Playing
here.
the draw.
Playing it now, I guess.
Good idea. So if they make it, we try to tap. Just
Depending
get
on...
in front of them.
Yeah. So the Canadians are anticipating that they are playing a draw in here to try and get one into the pocket. You don't want to remove that yellow rock because then that'll allow Canada access to that top red one in the forefoot that they can now use to redirect back onto theirs. So trying to get one in here. This one looks heavy though.
Yeah, by that throw, I'm not quite sure if it was a draw or tiny roll off of the yellow. Certainly took a lot of ice for it looked like a draw. That doesn't help Austria very much.
Unfortunately, no.
So should I change that angle?
We can't lie 3, can we?
I don't see any way we do, no.
I think this is the shot. What do you think?
Yeah.
Tends to be one of the things
I'd
in
like
mixed
to-
doubles of where to put this last rock.
Like anywhere in there.
I mean,
to
I'd like
not
to make
give
the
your
draw harder,
opponent
but I
a
don't know how you
shot.
do that. Like,
She's got a cold draw to the pin for 1.
if I'm here, this doesn't go anywhere. It's not bad.
That's not bad.
I
but
like, let's
this
see,
is this is the path.
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, if we give her, she's got to go around a rock to the button, top
Yeah.
button. You know what I mean?
You're
Like
right.
that's really tough.
Yeah, you're right.
So where do we need to throw? Edge 8?
I think I need a hair more.
Yeah, because you
Because I've still been over.
and being out's fine.
Yeah, if we show her half a rock, she still doesn't have a shot.
And so we want to be. You give me just top 12, and I'll put that in the right spot.
Yeah, this spot is very fast. And
Yes.
there's been a few here now, so I think this will run.
I want you to give me 15-3, 15 and a half.
Okay.
Really, right?
Yeah.
And I can sweep that to the spot.
I think as long as we can get around our guard at all, it
Yep.
makes that run really tough.
Yeah. Give me 15 and a half, a little more than edge 8.
Okay.
Let's go, Laura.
So Laura's looking to put a rock in the way so that Austria will not have access to the pin or to the button. By putting a rock up front, Austria would have to go out and around her rock,
Weight's good. I'd
it's
rather
making the
there.
path to the
I think
button
it's there, too.
inaccessible.
How's line?
Line's
Kirk
good.
Myers asked for
Line's fine.
15-5 hog
Has
to
curl a
hog.
bit, Kirk. No, line's good, line's good.
Just a little heavy.
Got a few options
line's
for
good.
weight, as long as they have the line here.
Top 4.
That's fine, yep, then, yep.
15
yep, keep
seconds.
The hair high, yep.
Coming off.
Well,
This
sit.
one actually over curling a bit.
Throw.
I think the run
That's
is
perfect.
Yeah.
That does the job.
Just still
Spun
pretty
out of
quick
there
down
on the
that
edge.
spot.
I kicked hard and I didn't extend
Okay,
at all. Like
and then
I
I
knew
really
I was kicking too hard, so I didn't.
So Austria, well, it's a tough draw. I think
Wenn
it
es
might
da
still
anhängst,
be
ist es voll
there.
gut.
Ja.
Definitely there to cut
Ich gebe
Canada
mal
down to
einen
one.
Unsinn vom Gerbenstein-Eis, oder?
Might finish enough past that one in the top button there to grab
Grün-Weiß.
enough of the pin.
You could hear Crocker saying she had a bit of a strong kick coming out. Maybe didn't want to
Kommt gut, guck mal. Komm.
be too positive. Softened it a wee bit. Definitely the draw available. It's a tough one. Last stone though for Austria here, 6th end.
Austria needs a good chunk of the button here.
Ah, verwischt.
It's just going to go past.
Aber gut, gut.
Ja.
Canada
Yeah,
will steal
too
two.
red.
Nice turnaround for Canada. They were down by 2. Now they are up by 2. They've scored in 3 consecutive ends. It is now 5-3 for Team Canada playing Austria with 2 ends to go here in this one.
We take the power play, Austria.
Spaß. Aber ich glaube, da gehört er her. Da hat er letztes Mal hergelegt. Da hat er letztes Mal hergelegt.
2-point lead for Canada playing Austria.
Genau, mitten.
And now we see the power play. Tell us about the power play, Kimberly.
Well, the power play is the option to move the rocks to the side of the sheet. Teams do have the choice of which side they'd like to set the power play up. Power play can be used in an offensive situation as well as a defensive situation. So here we see Austria down 2, electing to use the power play in the hopes of creating a multiple score.
How does that help you, scoring multiple, moving those rocks to the wing?
Keeps the play away from the middle, so hopefully opening up the house a little bit, allowing you to get a couple rocks in there, spreads the play out a little bit.
What is the call for Team Canada here, first stone?
Canada being up here is going to try and tick their guard into the house,
Get it in there. Go, 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 go.
opening up that shot rock at the back.
Atta girl.
It's a good shot there.
No, it didn't touch. It didn't touch.
Nope.
Oh, no. Check. That didn't touch.
No.
Sorry, guys.
Kirk Mars thought that had just hit the bumper and was out, so he kicked the stone away. But as Laura Crocker so nicely put it, that was never out.
So technical timeout called there so that
They didn't even see it.
their clock doesn't run. They don't lose any time on that.
Nice sweep, Kirk.
Andere Seite.
Odegaard. Liegt der Shotmarker der andere?
Both teams have quite a lot of time on their hands to play the last 2 ends.
Oder andere Seiten.
Spielen wir
Andere
andere
Seiten.
Seite.
Yeah, they actually have
T-line.
they're a whole end ahead of most of the teams out here.
See the comparisons for the female players in this game. Laura Cocker out shooting Anna Wegehuber. She's had a tough day on her draws.
Ein bisschen kürzer, oder?
Had really good weight at the start of the game, just couldn't find the line.
Yeah.
And then a bit later on, line has been good, but not weight. So
Yeah, she won't be happy with those numbers, and we'll be looking to try and bring those up here as we continue into this game.
I was hoping to draw to the opposite wing here and set 2. That pulls up short.
Can be the trick. One of the difficult things about playing that power play is because all the play is to the middle of the sheet, when it does come time to move to the side, sometimes weight can be an issue in terms of not knowing what to throw and line.
Wait only,
Well,
wait
that's
only.
why
It looks okay.
last night we saw New Zealand, when they had a
Go ahead,
throwaway,
Yep, yep, yep,
when they
yep.
couldn't play a shot to score, they
Losing a
elected
bit of
to
line,
throw
yep.
that line to pick up some information to use later on.
Yeah, that was a really good idea by New Zealand to do that. Teams having to throw that last shot draw at the start of the game don't have a lot of opportunity to practice throwing to the wings in their pregame practice. They're always concentrating on the line for the draw to the button. So that was a really good thing for New Zealand to play that. In fact, they were able to read both ends going away with those shots, and I think I might steal that from them for my season next year. So thank you, Eleanor.
See the males very evenly matched so far through 6 ends of play. That was a great shot by Kirk Myers. Not allowed to remove any stone from play, not even the house yet. So making that slight tap freeze to set shot stone, it really makes it hard for Austria to bring that yellow stone into play or to score.
They'll have to deal with it now. So that now brings all the play over to this side here.
Yeah! Yeah! Fist! 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 Photo!
Yeah, well. Okay.
Nose?
Yep. Maybe.
And turn straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do much for you here.
I agree.
This is a straight side and you're throwing it hard.
I'll throw it to sweep it for sure.
So Kirk will be
We
looking
get
to
to the inside,
remove
pretty good.
Yeah.
So
the yellow
I'm gonna throw middle of
and
stone.
the
Yeah,
back yellow at the same time maybe. And
take your
if he
time.
loses his rock in the back 8, as long as his shooter sits, he'll still be happy with that result. And the intern at this.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, not quite the way he was hoping to throw that one, well wide. Catches the outside. Called on Crocker to sweep and get the slash.
Pushes it behind the corner guard.
Sorry, Laura.
It's okay.
At least they got to hit it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We can always, if they don't, we can use it.
True. Sorry.
Oh,
Two is
Mars,
okay. We have our
very good hitter normally, but again maybe
Auf dem roten.
just playing a lot of draws in mixed doubles. When that finally that hit opportunity comes, you're not as in tune with it.
It just becomes a bit of a timing issue, I think, coming into the hack.
Let's say in the men's game or women's
Salva.
too, it's quite often a mix of draws and hits. Sometimes you only play hits.
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes you only play draws as well, but in mixed doubles, certainly draws are the shot you end up playing a lot.
Yeah, they're definitely the predominant shot in this game.
Austria sits 2.
Best. 2/3. You see what I'm seeing?
So Canada being up 2 here is
Sorry.
going to take a run at this slash double.
A big half.
Yeah, I agree. I can bounce that pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, chance for Kirk to make up for
What do you
that
think
first
this will do
mistake.
off the center line?
I think with my out, it'll come up, like pretty straight up, eh? I'm going to throw the out, I think.
Okay.
What do you think?
No, I like it.
I think I have a better idea with the out.
This is where I threw my run back, and it came up a hair for me.
Right.
You got it.
Missed it by a mile, Laura. Girl, baby, get
Very
the goal.
easy to
Okay.
read Kirk's initial expression.
Left at guard. It's going to be used by Austria. Still multiple score in play at this
Never came
point.
up for you, or
Back
did
through a
you
piss
think you were?
score.
Okay.
Quite honest.
Well, we did say that earlier, and he has been for the entire game.
I like their communication. I think that, which seems like a lot, I think a lot in mixed doubles is a good thing.
Achtung! Whoa!
If
Is länger, oder?
Marcus can get this one here around that guard.
Jetzt herbremsen.
Gar nichts. Das Dings.
Also irgendwann Druck.
Na, der macht alles alleine. Gar nichts, gar nichts, gar nichts.
It was around the guard, but it is beyond the house and the back line out of play. Missed opportunity there. A good draw. A miss from Canada could have left them scoring 3.
This we know what I mean.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
I think so.
And like even if you come into here.
I just have to touch the 8-foot.
Yeah.
And
You
if
need
I'm
your
half
buried.
open, she
It's
can't.
good.
Yeah, no, I
So-
think we know this a lot better.
Where do you need?
This is pretty close. Like I haven't.
You are
I've
close.
over curled
Yep.
the center line just about every time.
I agree. And I can
And I
really
don't
make
mind.
that curl.
I don't mind showing her half.
Yeah, I mean, you can make this, but that's not easy. Or am
We
I
have
crazy?
no idea where to put the broom. We haven't thrown a single
If you're
shot
more
that
confident
way.
in this shot, I
like
certainly
this.
like it.
So there you hear them talking again about that playing around
so-
that corner guard. You don't see that during a
inside
mixed
edge
doubles
of
game
eight,
as
I
often.
He's
So
nice here.
where to
Yeah,
put
he
the
just-
broom
he
can
threw
be
this-
difficult
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
what weight
or
you
did he
need
get
to make that
2
shot.
ends ago?
So electing
Let's
to
go top 4.
ignore the one behind the corner guard there and get one
I
in and
still
around
think a 15
that
is okay.
Totally
center
agree.
guard, forcing Austria into either a draw for their one, or if any part of the red rock is showing, she might have some kind of delicate tap for their one, maybe 2.
Just a little wider.
Okay, I can wait, Laura. It's
Okay.
perfect, though.
Whoa, 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 room.
We've seen some
Lots of room.
draws run straight here. I feel
That's
if
gotta
you're a
curl
little
right now.
wider, it
There
might
it
do
goes.
that
When it
up
punches
for
in
you.
there.
There it goes. Have a look. Wait as long as
Trying
you
now.
can. Okay,
Should we go a little deeper?
Go ahead, go ahead, go
Kurt
ahead. Line
Morris
straight now. Go.
sweeping
Go,
on the
Kurt,
left-hand
go.
side here, trying to
Go,
carve
go,
the stone
go,
in.
Go, bury it. You got it. Go,
It
go,
is
go,
really
go,
trying.
Go, go. A little more, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more.
It is fully buried.
I was
Good
thinking,
shot by Laura. It's
fully
going to force
buried.
Austria into just a draw for their one.
because we can force them, we can power play it.
Oh, yeah.
Versus three up. I mean, it's probably enough, but normal it's not great.
Good call.
Nice
And
job.
it's fully buried. Like he can maybe tap it.
Yeah, they won't play that for 2.
But this is the straight side.
Yeah.
Nice sweep at the end.
Good
there.
job.
Thanks.
Fuck, it's just nice there. Like, I was hard pressed to leave it, and it was heavy.
Yeah.
Good job.
That was a nice release. And
Good
it
stuff.
kept it out there a bit, but once you get in there, it curls.
I think it's better to force them here almost, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, last stone for Austria. Canada felt like the Austrians would just draw for 1 here.
So good.
It looks pretty tough to get around and tap for 2. This is definitely pretty wide for a tap for 2. Austria hoping for this just to settle down for the single point, but it has some legs on it.
One
It is too heavy.
Look back at this game and see that draw weight was definitely the story of this game today.
Well, still 1 more end to go, but a 3-point lead for Canada, and they have their power play
Still wouldn't have been that
to
easy
use.
to come around that. But
I'm just real happy they didn't play the come around. When they
a lot of
put the
heat.
broom down to hit that, I was
know.
like, okay.
I guess if they make it, but it's harder to make the hit and roll than the draw. Then we'd have been coming around the center,
Yeah.
praying.
Yeah.
See the Canadian fans here in the stands. Lots of different countries supporting all the teams out here today. It's nice to see.
Yeah, Team Scotland up there, taking in some of the other games. As we see Canada, Austria, our featured game this afternoon, session 7 of the World Mixed Doubles.
Really good.
This is the Group E.
Keep it out there a bit.
Austria had a bit of an edge on Canada early on, but Canada has turned this game around. They have now scored in 4 consecutive ends.
Whoa, whoa,
So they will actually not be able to use their power play in this game.
Right to it.
But usually, if you can't use your power play, man,
Nice shot, Laura.
it's usually a good thing. It means you're winning. It means you're scoring.
Good sweep.
Well done.
You can only ever use it when you have the last one advantage, of course.
Nice shot there by Laura to get that one right down on the face. Perfectly buried. Probably, I'd say, the best stone position we've seen this game so far. Great weight.
Ja. Schau, du bist so
Schau der Kit zurück.
was nicht.
Stealing 3. Not an easy task, but mixed doubles, it's possible.
Scoring 3 is
Scoring
possible.
3, pardon.
Stealing 3 can be had too in mixed doubles.
I was just saying, you know, just in passing.
Right on the pocket's pretty good.
Right on the button, right?
So
Yep.
Austria creating a little
So
bit of
for
a pocket
you,
there by chipping
How's
off.
this look?
Right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Canada still remains shot though, so they'll be looking to try and get another one in a good position here.
It's got to be tempting to try and kill one of these yellows. Obviously, you can't
Line's good.
yet.
Pretty
Stay,
close.
okay, line's great. Stay with it. Little for line. Line's okay. Weight only.
One of the big things in mixed doubles,
Line's
I believe,
perfect.
is being
Weight
comfortable
only,
with
though,
rocks
weight
in
only.
play and
It could curl
knowing
a
your
hair
angles
right now.
and
No, line's good. Line's
where
good.
things need to sit.
Line's great. Line's great.
This looks like a nice shot here by Kurt.
That's a winner. Great shot. Really nice. 14-7.
Covering the button now, so Austria's going to
all
need
there.
to get one in there, but
Yeah, you
we'll
barely
also
swept
need
it.
to, at some
Still
point in
just as
time,
fast. We're not losing
Yeah.
it at all.
rearrange these a little bit here.
Obviously to throw the right weight, but what that's allowing to do is us to get consistency because I can sweep from the hole.
Eng. Ja. Ja. Wow. Geht sie aus. Whoa.
This one looking a little heavy as well. Just gonna chip off here.
What do you think, Laura? The slam on that double? Should we talk to Jeff?
I was gonna say, I don't mind calling
Time out.
Time.
Timeout called by Canada. Coach Jeff Stoughton will come out
Like,
My only thought is right,
with some thoughts.
like this is
Again,
not going
they need
anywhere.
to
I make this and I roll out.
limit the scoring
So, yeah,
by
to make the double,
Austria.
you
They're
roll
up 3.
out.
They got 3 left.
So eliminate.
That's gone.
Yeah, this is. I
Like-
think this is the call,
I
but
agree.
I mean that's. They could come off this right now, but not to shot. Only to this
Yeah,
one.
you
But
make that, it's probably over 2. But they still got 3 clinkers.
yeah, I don't really like leaving these around. I
Yeah.
think we know this spot really well. I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna. I think you could just put
Go
it here,
straight up, hit a little high.
just a hair high, and then
You think,
lose your
Sander?
shooter.
Should we draw?
Don't mind killing a few opponent stones, really.
Like,
Yep.
This is what
Playing
our
the
gut
scoreboard at
says,
this point,
but
right?
Yeah, you could run the double, eh?
is that your preference or what's your gut telling you?
I think you get rid of the 2
I don't
rocks.
like where this one is either.
Yeah, no. I think you
This is
just
kind of a usable
run the
rock.
double and you roll away.
And the shooter will roll out, and then
yeah. Then
this,
they-
like this is then this is
that
not.
one's gone. They got to score with their next 3.
Yeah.
So even if they
And
make
we
it,
Even if
still
they make a
have-
good one, then you just
guard it out.
guard
And
it
it's
or
2
throw
rocks
another
to
one
get
in.
this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this.
Yeah, make the double.
Okay.
Roll away.
So just make
A
sure I
little bit.
make it though, right?
That's probably a good idea. Okay.
Little high.
It's just a hair high.
This-
I can get away with pretty thin because it'll bounce, but
I
I'll
think
hit 2/3.
I think this is gonna be straight.
Yeah.
Like this is similar spot to where we flashed that one.
It is
that half
possible
rock.
to
I agree. It's going to
miss the
straight
double,
up
of
with my
course.
throw for sure.
I'm pretty certain Kirk will at least remove 1 yellow. That is still helping.
Take your time. Make sure you see it.
Austria still has a lot of work to do to move these reds around.
Yeah, and it's
Let's go,
only
Kirk.
5 rocks in the end. They've only got 3 left here, which they need to try and score with all of them.
Yep. Close. Yep. Yes! Yes!
1 and not 2.
That's all right.
Just over curls, but again,
Shooter rolls away.
removes the yellow and yeah. A little bit of manufacturing
CGI.
left to do
Sorry.
for the
No, it
Austrians.
didn't do it.
Yeah, the problem being the 2 red rocks that are in front of their yellow.
Thought I was gonna
Scary.
be
It's
fine.
scary to sweep that spot.
Yeah.
I'd be with you.
I was, 2. And I'm like, okay, this will just keep going. Like, I was like,
Vielleicht ein bisschen weniger.
I
Hier
think
kommen
that.
sie von der Seite nicht mehr, eher weniger.
I think Austria's going to try and get 1 here on top, forcing the Canadians to deal with
this
it.
will make this perfect.
Trotzdem eher schauen, wichtig ist, der muss jetzt im Haus liegen
Ja.
bleiben. Das ist,
Ja.
wenn er im vorderen Haus liegen bleibt.
Ja.
I think if she moves it a little bit, is probably okay. Try to open up some space maybe to have a double or something on their last. Might try to bring some of those back yellows back in. So heavy might be the option here.
Yeah. Yeah. Fist. Whoa.
Nur länger.
Right, looking pretty good on this one.
Come.
Okay.
Ja, gut.
Probably wanted to move these stones around a bit more.
Like, even if I
Bit of a gridlock.
Das erste
Yeah.
gets rid of that one, that one's gone, and they only have
Yeah. Let's try to
2
count
left.
that one.
Yep. If I happen to come there, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Would you agree?
Yep.
Unless I peel out that back one, but
No, I think I I like this.
Yeah, I do too.
It also makes any run back a little harder.
Canada looking to eliminate that back yellow in the 8-foot by placing a red one in the top 8, out counting it.
Line's a hair tight. Little for line. Line's good. Yeah, little for line, yep.
Weight's good.
Line's good. Line's good.
Freeze
Line's
it, Laura.
good.
Freeze the
Okay,
yellow.
go ahead then. It doesn't need to curl. Line's great. Yep, 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 yep. Little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Go, 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 go. Nice. Good shot. Good sweep.
That does the trick, eh?
I think so.
Gefährlich, aber gut.
The other thing too with like how much can you
Mit so
see
einem
of
Heck
this
da
back
drauf.
one?
Ja, maximal
Hast
Heck,
du
oder?
das ein wenig gleich nochmal?
Ja.
Oder halt vorne. Obwohl wir können noch...
So no timeouts
Das wäre schon
remaining
gut.
for
Ja, die mir, das muss
Austria.
sie mal auflockern.
Only one allowed per game.
Das nicht ausbleiben.
Back. Back Heck.
Ja. Wo es auch nicht eher gut ist, vielleicht sogar, wenn er die Garde aufmacht, dass er wieder so vorbeigeht.
Nur Back Heck.
Ja.
Deep breath by Anna.
Backline.
Oh.
Kürzer 10, 9.
Ja, ja, ja,
Kurz.
ja. Fest. Fest.
Hilfe.
Fest.
This one is really over curling. Catches the center guard. Time seems to be running out a little bit for Austria here.
Ah.
Very tough to imagine how Austria will be able to score 3 and tie the game here.
If I'm picking, you
Just
can
the
put it
one
right
stone
there,
left.
you know.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really want to leave it wide
Vier, fünf.
open. I'd rather, like, if I'm here,
Das
I
ist
think
immer wieder so
Seiten.
gesagt.
Ah.
no
like,
shot.
really, I could throw it away.
Yeah. Let's just throw one right here.
Yeah, let's see if we can.
Right here. Just so
Yeah.
we don't spoil that.
Well, and I think it's going to be slower anyway.
Yeah.
Canada looking to put another rock in play. Not sure they need it. Austria's got to score 3.
It's almost like you can do anything here.
Do you want me to just throw it away, Kirk?
No. No, I don't. This is good.
Okay.
I mean, if you hog it, it's fine. Yeah, hog it, or just over.
Yeah, I think
How
if
does
I
that-
think halfway here,
Yeah.
that should be just over.
Yeah.
Middle of 12, or even wider.
Sorry, I'm gonna go look at this. They don't have this one, do they?
I think it's deep enough. I looked at it, but take another look.
Canada does have 3.5 minutes left. It's easy to
It's not for
overthink
3.
it.
It's deeper than the one on this button.
Yeah, and if I try to peel it out, and ever knows it, and then they
Yeah.
have it.
You just throw a guard on it. That might be the only thing.
'Cause I don't see anything here. I don't know what I'm
I don't think
guarding.
we're guarding anything. Let's throw it here. Let's throw
Okay.
that guard.
Okay, I like it.
I don't think that shot's
Throw it
there.
away.
Coming off of that red stone on the winger.
I don't see a shot here, but it is.
Not even
like,
the,
throwing it.
Could they make
Nicholas Hedin or Kevin Cooey could come off of that
Do you want
to
go
make
look
the
at it?
double.
I don't.
I think we're making shit up here.
I think our middle red's never going.
I agree. I don't know where to throw
I
this.
appreciate you being cautious, but
I don't know where you throw it away here.
I think
if you think there's even half a chance on this one, I might as well
I don't.
put one in. Okay.
This is a classic
I don't want to get
case of
there's nothing right now.
overthinking.
Why are we throwing
Just
a
throw it,
shot?
throw it in the bush.
Okay.
Throw like
Still,
Just you make
still another 2 minutes to think about it.
I think is there a place we want to learn?
Not in the last end on the last shot.
And finally, it is a throwaway for Team Canada. It'll be interesting to see what Austria will actually play, if they're going to play anything.
It's not hard to overthink things in mixed doubles. There's just so many rocks in play, so many different angles.
Ja, theoretisch kommt es.
Because you hate to
Wenn du
leave them something and then feel stupid about it after.
Absolutely.
So you end up thinking about every single possibility.
Warte mal, bis.
I'm not sure this is there.
Aber da.
Ja. Also ziemlich zentral und
Guess we'll see.
für Rotation haben.
I will
Also
bet
richtig weg.
Ja, wo
a
geht der dann?
ton of Swedish meatballs.
Oh, okay. Should I take that bet?
Olympic shot.
Oh, yeah.
Olympic shot.
Yeah. It's not, I don't think it's there, but they might as well
Mit
give it a go.
Caraco.
Well, it's a good
Schöne
chance to
Linie und
practice
Vollgas.
that up and away kind of weight, which you don't throw very often.
Ja.
Might as well just chuck it down as hard as you can. Big extension. Last stone. And this eighth end,
Bisschen aussieht
most
jetzt.
likely the
Ja,
game.
Okay.
Just catch the outside here. And that is it. Another point for Canada.
Thank you for
And a win
Congrats.
for the Canadians.
Good game.
Congrats.
Good luck.
Red, I guess.
Die andere Richtung hat er den Winkel fast gemacht.
And Austria got off to a good start. Had a 2-point lead after the first 3 ends, but Canada certainly ran away with it after they just settled in. Figured out the ice,
one red.
started making a lot more shots,
Okay.
and has edged out Austria on this occasion. We'll have some highlights and should have a word or two with the winning side as well.
Ja, früher ein bisschen ausgegangen, aber passt schon. Yes. There. Thank you.
Fifth end back on to the ice after the break for the teams. Canada sitting 2. That is an in-off to try and score, but at least we'll cut them down to 1 here. Team Austria. It's a tied game after 5.
Innen vom gelben Eis, oder?
In the 6th end, Canada again line 2. This time it's a draw. Austria switching up the positions, having Veguber throwing 1 and 5, trying to draw the side of the pin, but just comes up slightly heavy. A steal of 2 for Canada. Slowly running away with the game. Another steal of 1, and Austria's power play end in the 7th takes us to the 8th.
Wie aussieht jetzt? Ja, okay.
A quite impossible shot asked for by
Wir winken jetzt dafür.
Team Austria and Marcus Schagerl can't make it. Canada ends up winning this one 7-3.
Good job, Laura.
Way to hang
That
in.
one out there, eh?
Good job.
We have Laura Crocker and Kirk Myers with Kimberly Tuck.
Congratulations, Canada. Nice win out there. That moves you guys to 2-0 in your pool. How do you feel going forward?
That was a gut check one. That was the big one about that. Is like it didn't flow that nice. We kind of grinded it out, but you know you're going to get a few of those throughout the week. So it's nice to get that first one out of the way to know you can do it. And now hopefully we'll start rolling a little better tonight.
Yeah, we struggled with the ice a little bit early, more than I thought we had the ice completely figured out right from the get-go yesterday, whereas today we threw some shots pretty well that we got very poor results out of, so it just took us a little bit too long, I think, to trust it, and then once we did, we played really, really well and put some pressure on them, but hopefully it doesn't take us that long in any other game moving forward.
Communication is a big part of your game. We heard that throughout the game today. So being a new partnership, I know you played together in Brantford. How does communication working between you two?
Yeah, it's working good. I think it's been really good, and that's what we really went back to today. I was struggling a little bit early, but I kept saying to myself, keep talking about it, because we'll get our chances later in the game, and we did. So that seems to be something we're just kind of relying on no matter what, and when the times get tough, if we can continue to do it like we did today, I think it'll be good for us.
Yeah, we don't let much phase us. We miss a shot, and instead of getting frustrated, we just ask each other, okay, what just happened? Was it the weight that we threw? Was the broom in the right spot? Would we change the broom if we had the same shot again? And then we just figure it out, and then we don't often, I mean, maybe today once or twice, but don't often miss the same shot twice. We kind of get it figured out after it happens once. So I think we're staying really calm out there, which is really helping us.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, you guys. I wish you all the best the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
What a workout.
Canada with 2 wins might be looking to pick up a first gold medal for Canada at this World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship. Thanks for watching.
Congrats.
Red, I guess.
Die andere Richtung hätte er den Winkel fast gemacht.
Wir winken jetzt dafür die Fans.